Hello and welcome to another episode of Decoding Poetic Depth with Platonic Ella, where I bridge the gap between some verses of my poems and the meanings and messages they convey. This is the 6th episode, and we're having a new theme for this episode. The episode 1 to 5 bordered around purpose discovery and self-mastery. And episode 6 to 10, which is another 5 episodes, will border around interpersonal relations. Today's episode is titled The Genesis of a Solution-Oriented Mindset. And the verse I'll be decoding is a random poetic thought. I sometimes have these thoughts, I just jot them down. They don't particularly belong to any poem, the full body of poem. It reads, the genesis of becoming a solution-oriented person begins with a desire to be positively contributory wherever you find yourself, not banking on what you will gain, but focused on what you will give. I take it again. The genesis of becoming a solution-oriented person begins with a desire to be positively contributory wherever you find yourself, not banking on what you will gain, but focused on what you will give. This verse presents a profound truth. Those who focus on contribution rather than consumption naturally become the problem solvers, leaders, and change makers of the world. Let's decode the depth of this verse. Figures of speech. Number 1, metaphor. Genesis is a metaphor for the beginning of transformation. It signifies that becoming a solution-oriented person is a process that starts with an internal shift in mindset. Number 2, contrast. This verse contrasts banking on what you will gain with focused on what you will give, emphasizing the distinction between a self-serving mindset and a service-driven one. Number 3, alliteration. The phrase positively contributory enhances rhythm and reinforces the idea of proactive service. And the last but not the least, personification. Becoming a solution-oriented person suggests growth as a journey, giving the abstract idea of mindset transformation a living, evolving quality. Now we'll go on to the relevance. In a world driven by self-interest, the idea of prioritizing contribution over gain may seem counterintuitive. However, history and experience repeatedly show that those who give, whether through ideas, service, or leadership, eventually gain far more in return. From business to relationships, communities thrive when individuals focus on how they can add value rather than what they can extract. This shift is the foundation of true success and long-term impact. If you look at any country or any people, those who practice what I just stated, you can see how progressive they are. Now, if you look at the countries and the people who do not practice this, who are interested in taking, who are self-centered. Self-centeredness leads to self-sabotage. And that's the truth. Because nature was not crafted for you to be selfish. Nature was not crafted for you to be self-centered. The principles of nature are principles of giving, are principles of sharing. That is why when you put a seed of any plant into the soil, it comes back in multiples of its kind. Okay? But you must sow it, you must let it go before you can get much more in return. So the path to progress, the path to abundance lies in sharing, lies in giving, lies in service, not in self-centeredness. That's the truth. That is why any person or people, nation, countries, continents that are centered on sharing, they will always advance. They will always make progress. The ones that concentrate on amassing wealth to themselves, not caring about the commonwealth, not caring about having blessings go around, such a life or a people, a country will experience stagnation. And that's just it. There are no two ways about it. I'm not going to go into further details. We can think and really weigh these indices. The central thing. Number one, service over self-interest. The key to making a meaningful impact lies in giving before receiving, just like I spoke about the plant. Number two, contribution as a pathway to leadership. Those who solve problems, uplift others, and serve selflessly become indispensable. Number three, the abundance mindset. Focusing on contribution creates ripple effects of growth, prosperity, and fulfillment. I have a case study here in the person of Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa's legacy. She did not seek personal gain, yet her unwavering commitment to serving the destitute made her one of the most respected figures in history. Her impact was rooted in giving, not receiving. Challenges. Number one, a fear of lack. Many hesitate to give because they believe they will be left with less when they give. That is so far from the truth. So far from the truth. Even the good book, the Bible says, there is a person who scatters the blessings they have, says, yet increases. And there is another person who withholds more than is necessary, and what it leads to poverty. And that's the truth. That is from Solomon, King Solomon, the wisest man who ever lived in his time. The wisest man, you know. So let us learn wisdom. Number two, short-term gratification. Some people often prioritize immediate rewards over long-term impact. Number three, self-doubt. People sometimes question whether their contributions are significant enough to make a difference. If that one seed had questioned its worth, it would not give birth to multiples of its kind. No matter how little, there's always the ripple effect. Giving always creates a ripple effect when it's passed on. Now, the consequences. A self-centered mindset limits growth and impact in 4 key ways. Number one, stunted influence. People who only seek personal gain struggle to earn trust and build meaningful relationships. Number 2, missed opportunities. Those focused on rewards over solutions often find doors closed to greater possibilities. Number 3, diminished fulfillment. True satisfaction comes from making a difference. Self-serving success often feels empty. Number 4, fragile success. Achievements without contribution lack longevity. Wealth, power, and recognition fade without real impact. Life rewards those who give, grow, and contribute. Like I spoke earlier. The more value we add, the more we position ourselves for lasting success. Actionable steps. Number 1, shift your perspective. Start seeing challenges as opportunities to contribute solutions. Number 2, identify your strengths. What unique skills or insights can you offer to others? Number 3, engage in acts of service. Whether in your career, relationships, or community, focus on adding value. Number 4, detach from immediate rewards. Trust that contribution leads to greater long-term fulfillment. Number 5, adopt a growth-oriented mindset. The more you give, the more you expand your capacity for impact. And what will be the outcome of adopting a growth-oriented mindset? Number 1, increased influence and trust in personal and professional circles. Number 2, greater fulfillment and sense of purpose. Number 3, long-term success built on a foundation of value creation. I have 3 key takeaways from all I have been saying. Number 1, giving precedes gaining. Those who focus on contributing naturally attract opportunities. Number 2, a solution-oriented mindset is a choice. It begins with a desire to be positively contributory. Number 3, true impact comes from service. The most influential people are those who solve problems, uplift others, and give selflessly. Conclusion. Becoming a solution-oriented person is a journey, not a destination. It begins with a mindset shift, choosing contribution over mere consumption. The more we focus on giving, the more we naturally position ourselves for impact, success, and fulfillment. Thank you for walking this poetic journey with me. This is Poetic Ella reminding you to focus on what you can give, and life will take care of the rest. Till next time, keep decoding the depths of your potential. Bye for now.